Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Big Talk. Today we're sitting down with Jesse Delgado. My man here is an entrepreneur, a content creator, a filmmaker. So many titles I can give to him. To me, I see him as my mentor.
Boom, I can go like this, or I can attach this thing. Boom, look at that. Briefcase mode. Coming through like that.
Yeah. Okay, I see you, Jesse. That's what's up, big boy toy. He ain't playing, man. We over here. Look, he got a big boy toy too. Look, oh, yours not playing. It looks so small, but I can't wait to see you, to hear you perform with that, bro. And thank you, Jesse, for being here, bro. I appreciate it. You can do that thing.
The little quarantine dap, you know what I mean?
Quarantine dap, man.
But listen, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate being here. And I love what you're doing, bro. I love your interviews and your content and everything too, and all of the business stuff and what you're doing here. This location, man, it's some amazing things. So you guys are tuned into the right person right here.
Oh man, what a blessing. Absolutely, brother. I mean, I get a lot of that creativity, the energy, the motivation from you, from your posts, from the way you move and how you are as a person, bro. It really comes, I mean, you rarely get the chance to meet with someone, you know, on social media, off of social media, and to connect with them like offline. And I feel like with Jesse and I feel that way, bro. So I wasn't afraid to tell him. I say, bro, I look up to you. I see you as my mentor, because not only that he's great as a filmmaker, but and spiritual wise and as a father, man. I mean, you do every single role that you play. In my eyes, you do an incredible job with that, bro. So
well, I'm honored, bro. I mean, just to hear you say that is an honor to me. I don't take that lightly. You know what I mean? And if I can impart something that is good or a blessing, or I could just be a good dude to somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good with that. So I appreciate it, bro. That's a huge honor.
Just discovered you are also a musician. You're an artist. You rap, dude.
Yeah. So, well, I used to rap. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I started. So originally, first, I started, I was a graffiti artist.
A graffiti artist?
Yeah. So I first was a graffiti artist. And then, and actually even before that, funny thing, I was a b-boy. I used to break dance. So I was into hip hop heavy. I mean, hip hop was like a salvation to me when I was young. Wow. You know, it kept me positive. It kept me, you know, around different people, out of the drugs and stuff. Even though I still got around that, it was something that was a positive influence, man. And then after b-boying, I started getting into graffiti. And then after graffiti, I started rapping. And I even picked up a turntable and some vinyl. I still have it, and tried to get into DJing and stuff like that. So, you know, I tried to dabble in all the elements of hip hop. I was a big hip hop head, man, and that was something that just kept me going as a kid.
Wow.
And that was early on.
So you started b-boying and from actually learning how to do graffiti. So let me ask you, with graffiti, did you have like a tag name?
Yeah, I did. So my tag name was Jinx.
Jinx?
Jinx,
wait,
yeah.
How do you spell that?
J-I-N-X. Yep.
Okay, why Jinx?
You know, that was a nickname that I had growing up since I was young, and I don't even really know where it came from. You know, you just get these nicknames and everybody be like, what up, Jinx? You know, what up, Jinx? And Jinx. I mean, this was like, I'm talking like 4th, 5th grade. Wow. Like, this was young. I started writing probably around 6th grade or so. Wow. And so I would have my binders all tagged up, Jinx and stuff like that. And
heck yeah.
You know what I mean? It just,
you tag everything up from the school books to the library cards and in the bathrooms and stuff like that. Hero details. Always thinking about it. Musician, how we cut in and out. That's how he produces the awesome videos,
bro.
That's what's up, man. So how did you transition to like b-boying? Was it just natural, or you started like doing stuff in the garage, in your room, just in your mirror?
Right. So
like, what was your move, by the way?
Yeah, so b-boying started first for me.
Oh, okay.
And it was in my apartment complex. There was this dude who's actually a member of one of the LA Breakers.
LA Breakers.
Yeah, so he moved from LA up to Sacramento area, and he was just wanting to help some kids in the apartment complex b-boy. And so we busted out our cardboard mats, and he would show us how to b-boy, and we'd come over to his house and we would do these routines, and he would show us all this. He eventually wound up opening up his own studio.
Wow.
And he actually has a studio here in Sacramento.
No kidding.
Where he still teaches dance and stuff like that. So
wow.
we just all the neighborhood kids just started coming around, and we just started learning and, you know, challenging each other, and it just kind of took off.
Let's talk about the music a little bit. When did you started like realizing, hey, I have a talent, I can also rap, and I can also I want to create something too?
Yeah, you know, for me, rap, one of the things that was really appealing about rap to me was just the fact that I could express with words. I was already a very wordy person, you know what I mean? So I would kind of communicate, we would use language, we'd clown each other, you know what I mean? I was very vocal even as a youngster. So being able to rap, I was able to articulate some ideas, some vocabulary, and I just loved the playing of words and just expressing things, and, you know, just that whole art form is really what stood out to me.
It definitely is an art form, man, and the playing with words. And I think in some way, shape, or form, you also translate that towards filmmaking as well.
100%. Well, I tell people even now, like that was one of the biggest, like that's what made filmmaking so easy. Was, you know, I did rapping, but I also did production. I did beat making. I was doing FL Studio, Fruity Loops back in the day for all you old heads.
Wow.
You know what I mean? This was like original Fruity Loops.
So you made beats before too?
I made beats too, yeah. So I was making
I'm telling you, dude, a man of many talents.
Yeah. So yeah, my music, you know, I always did music as a form of just expression. I never really tried to like make something out of it, you know, or become a superstar or any of that kind of stuff. I did shows and I did a lot of stuff, you know what I mean, with it while I was doing it. But my goal was never really to just try to turn that into a business or a career or anything like that. I just love doing it.
Wow.
And so my style, if you will, is really just kind of a mutt of a whole bunch of different other just influences here, influences there. And I don't even really know how to classify it, to be honest with you. But,
wow.
But I love it, man. I love rapping. I love words, man. I think that's the biggest thing for me is I love words, man. I love using words. I love vocabulary. You know, I remember when I was in 9th grade, I took a college proficiency test, and I scored so high in English that they were actually recommending me to be like a college tutor in 9th grade.
In 9th grade?
In 9th grade, and it's just because...
Dang, wordsmith already.
Yes, I just love the words. I love the sentence structures. I love the meaning. I love paying attention to those kind of things. And, you know, obviously with rap, that helps. You know? We out here at Sony A7 III, 120 frames. Check it out, check the screen. Boom.
Yeah.
Can you get that?
Oh.
Look at that. Nasty.
Jesse.
Bit on the fly freestyle.
So with your kids, you know, what are you hoping to leave as a legacy to them? Like, what is the impact you're trying to make and for them? What are you building this Kingdom Creative for? You can just touch base on that.
Yeah, man, my biggest legacy for them is faith, bro. Like growing up, you know, for me, you know, it was kind of like there was one or two ways to do something, and it was real limiting. And anytime you tried to have another way of doing something, people would shoot you down, and people would, you know, like, no, that's stupid, and that, you know, you could either go here or here, and that's it, you know. And what I think for me, the legacy I'm trying to leave for my kids, man, is you can do whatever God's put in their heart. You know, if you have a gift or you have a passion or you have a desire, listen, we can make a way, man. You can make a business out of anything. It really doesn't matter, especially now in today's day. And that's why I do a lot of what I do is digital marketing, because you really can. Like, you got people making 6 figures off of just knitting, you know, on YouTube. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people are making, you know, kids are making millions of dollars, you know, playing with toys.
Absolutely.
You know, playing video games and championships, and they're millionaires. You know what I mean? So the landscape has changed nowadays. And I think for me, I kind of feel like I kind of grew up a little bit behind because I didn't know all the options that I could have. Because I was told I couldn't have certain things, I couldn't be certain things, and certain things that I wanted to do were never gonna work. And that's just, get that out of your head. You know, you gotta go to school and you gotta follow this traditional route. Yeah, that's fire, bro. That's tight. That's tight. Damn, Miguel. You really are a rapper, huh?
Business. So for those of those people who are in that particular kind of like, you know, how do I turn my passion into profit? I'm telling you, my man Jesse has the blueprint. He knows what it takes and how to do that, because you've been able to become an entrepreneur from your gifts and talents.
Yeah. And you know, to be honest with you, I wouldn't say I have the blueprint. You know what I mean? Well, I'm trying to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because part of what I'm passionate about is helping other people do the same thing. I've been able to do that, you know, and I would say by the grace of God and through God's grace, and blessing, He's been able to allow me to do that. But I think one of the first things is just understanding that you can do that. You know, that it is an option, that it is a possibility. And from there, man, really just doing a lot of self-evaluation and really understanding what you're good at and what you're not. Like, you know, I was decent at rapping, but I knew I couldn't make a career. I had to be honest with myself and be like, you're not going to make a career.
I think you're pretty dope, you know? Rapping.
Yeah.
So what did you decide to shift the focus to? Was it to film?
So after rapping came film. Yeah, I kind of just lived a reckless life for a couple of years. I kind of gave up on all creativity. I was just living for myself, is how I would say it. You know what I mean? Just really just kicking it, man, getting in relationships with women that I didn't love, you know what I mean? Just because, you know what I mean? So, you know, I did that for a couple of years until I kind of got grounded. And once I was able to kind of get grounded, man, I positioned my heart back to the Lord. 100%. That was one of the big things for me, man, was the Lord had originally came and saved me and kept me grounded. Wow. And then through just life and circumstances, I kind of just walked away from it. You know, I had a homeboy who got murdered. That really brought some grief. And then my closest uncle lost his life. And it was just kind of, this was all within a year. And then the music group that I had broke up, you know, and so we were like super close and everything. And so all of these things, I didn't know how to handle this kind of pain walking in this kind of life. And so the only way I knew how to handle pain was just kicking it, smoking, drinking, just wilding out, getting in relationships. Right. You know what I mean? Like that was, so I just went back to how I knew how to medicate. And so I went back to kicking it, kind of spun out of control.
100%.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, once again, man, graciously, man, the hand of God just came in and reached in and saved me. And then from there is when the filmmaking stuff started happening. And I just was like, man, I'm fired up on this, man. This is what I want to do.
Wow, what an incredible journey that you went through, and just evolution to your revolution, is how I say it, man. Like on myself and many other people. Yeah. So with that being said, making impact on people and leaving a legacy for your children, brother, like ultimately, what is your end goal? What is your purpose, man?
Here's the thing, bro. I would say it like this, and you know, I'm glad you asked me that, bro, and because I spent a lot of time thinking about it, you know, and here's kind of my philosophy about where I'm at and what I'm here to do on this earth, right? Is we all have been blessed with a gift of creativity. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do, you have creative abilities inside of you. And what I believe is this, man, is I believe that those creative abilities are a direct reflection of being created in the image of God, man. Each person was created in the image of God. God's the creator, and so therefore you have creative abilities. And I believe that every person, man, will be the most happy, healthy, and fulfilled when they're operating in their creative gifts, man, when they're doing stuff that is creative. And for me, man, I worked corporate America for 13 years. I was in sales, and it brought great income and a lot of experience and stuff, but it wasn't what I was created to do. And because of that, it started getting really bad, man. I started getting anxiety and depression, and there was a lot of stuff. And really what that was me just not doing what I was created to do. Yeah. And so therefore, I just want to help other people, man, like figure out that way to be able to do what they love, to be able to make it a business, to be able to get paid for it, right? Because there is a whole nother side to it, right? Like creating is great, but most creatives usually have a problem with business. You know what I mean? They usually struggle. They don't know how to sell themselves. They don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to price themselves. Like those are usually because they're creative. They just like to create, you know what I mean? So kind of what I like doing is helping them with the sales and marketing aspect, with the business stuff, and combining that with their creativity and giving them ways to be able to monetize it so that they can do it more full time. Maybe you don't want to do it full time, and that's fine, right? Maybe you still want to do it on the side, which is cool. Your path doesn't have to be my path, but if you want to do it more and you want to make money, which usually means that you can do it more when you're making money for it, you know, that's what I want to help people do, man, because I believe that, like I said, they'll be the most happy, healthy, and fulfilled doing what they were created to do.
That's an awesome way of I mean, sharing your knowledge, your expertise, and an amazing way to leave your legacy, because you're really inspiring and birthing the next generation of creators, and allowing them to live, you're liberating a lot of people to feel like, hey man, live out your passion. I mean, go do what you want to do, because if you don't, I mean, obviously you'll be depressed and things like that.
Let me just say this one last thing, bro. This is a little gem for you guys. Is I really believe this, man. We're on the verge of a creative revolution. Now, here's what I mean by that. Things, you know, obviously you guys know that I do the marketing stuff. Things are going to continue to get automated. There's more automation that's coming, just like the factory lines of the 60s and all that kind of stuff, right? So what happens when AI and all of this stuff and everything starts becoming automated? What's the one thing that you can't automate? Creativity. Doesn't matter how much you automate, creativity is going to be the asset that allows you to stand out from everything else, because you can speak, you can record, you can film, you can edit, all that kind of stuff can be automated, right? With AI, right? But the creative aspect of turning things into something else can never be automated. And so I think I think the creative skill set is going to be the thing going forward that actually sets you apart and allows you to thrive at a higher level in this new wave of things to come. That's my take on it.
I love that, bro. Thanks for sharing. That's a
sure.
gem. That's a most precious gem right there.
Creatives are going to be the most valuable people in society.
Damn. And I appreciate and admire you doing that for our people, for everyone here. And I hope you guys got some gems out of that as well.
Come on. We on BIGTALK right now.
So how can they find you, brother?
Yeah, man. I'm on Instagram and Facebook at I am Jesse Delgado, JESSE DELGADO. And you can find me, same thing, on YouTube as well. I got a channel that's called Kingdom Creative, and that's really just helping, helping build the kingdom through filmmaking, storytelling, and digital marketing, man. Whether it's your creative gift, your talent, your passion, I'm trying to give you the tools to be able to do what you need to get that thing off the ground.
Wow, man, thanks Jesse for being here. I appreciate it. We did a little thing.
Yeah, the quarantine down.
Honestly, bro, to have you here, and the whole time I've been nervous, man, because you know you're like a seafood, you're a master at this what you do, brother, because you have a lot of experiences and wealth of knowledge, and I'm looking forward to the more content you create. And I hope you don't get like me, where I'm like second guessing what to put out, because we want you to create. We need you to create.
We all do though.
You're the leader, bro. Once you put stuff out there, it fires me up and it gets me to go out there. So
that's right.
Just know that every video you put out, bro, it's making an impact in someone's life out there, bro. For real.
Appreciate it.
So you guys, this is BIGTALK. Stay blessed, stay intelligent, stay gifted. Do it B.I.G.
B.I.G.
Yay. Yeah.